Nuclear! Does the word raise alarms in your head? It shouldn't. I'm Captain Atom, and I'm here to tell you about the future of energy. Nuclear energy could be the cleanest of all consistent methods of power generation, if only we would allow it. Let me open your eyes to the wonders of atomic energy. I'll tell you about how woefully inadequate current baseline energy sources are, how continuing to use them will lead us down a path of irreparable ecological devastation, and how nuclear energy could provide much of the electricity that society is so dependent on, leading to a cleaner, healthier future of cheap electricity. Do you ever lie awake in bed, wondering what lies in store for future generations if we continue our hopeless addiction to fossil fuels? I sure do, and maybe you ought to give it some thought. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, 67% of our power generation comes from fossil fuels, 1/3 of which is coal. Coal is perhaps the dirtiest fuel known to man. According to Markandia, Anil, and Wilkinson, in Europe it was found that every 1,000 terawatt-hours of electricity produced by coal can be linked to an average of 24,500 deaths and 225,000 serious illnesses. And you want to talk about radiation? According to McBride, Moore, Witherspoon, and Blanco, in 1978, the burning of coal releases over 1.5 times the radiation that a nuclear power plant does. Give that a thought. And according to the European Nuclear Society, coal is 2 to 3 million times less energy dense than nuclear fuel. Now, let's talk about pollution some more. According to O'Driscoll and Vergano in 2007, burning fossil fuels like coal also causes global climate change. So, how can we stop from being fossils ourselves and usher in a new era of magnificent nuclear power? Let me tell you. First, nuclear reactor designs received a huge amount of refinement over the years. According to the World Nuclear Association, new reactor designs can be made which never melt down, which consume spent fuel and reduce the threat of nuclear waste while providing even more energy. If only our government would move forward without the unreasonable fear of nuclear power. So the first and best thing that you can do to help bring about a nuclear-powered paradise is to write a brief message to your federal representatives in Congress. Ask them, don't be afraid of nuclear power. And if you can't do that, you can at least tell your friends and family that atom smashing is nothing to be afraid of. But if we never raise our voice in defense of the atom, we can look forward to rising sea levels, more pollution, changing weather, and a decimated ecosphere. Yet, if we work together, we may still see a future which holds more promise than ever before. Cheap, nearly limitless energy from the sun and wind, and when neither of those is around, gigawatts of nuclear power to provide for all of our electrical needs. Does the second option sound like something you could get behind? I sure thought so. So remember, write your congressional representatives and exercise the fabulous rights granted to you by democracy. You already know that coal is outdated, dirty, radioactive, weak, and devastating to our world. All of these things demand that the outmoded and aptly named fossil fuels be retired from duty as soon as possible. It's not every day that you save the world from desolation, unless, of course, you're me. But let's band together and let our leaders know that we want to go into the future as a nuclear-powered people, like me. Until next time, good citizens, Captain Atom, out.